Wow. So I feel I should just remind all the graduates of something. You are done. So I'm going to throw a lot of numbers, facts, and figures, even a little geography at you. There will be no test. So at last count, there are roughly 11.6 trillion stars per human being. The universe itself is believed to contain about 125 billion galaxies, each one containing hundreds of billions of stars. Our own galaxy, the Milky Way, has about 300 billion stars. One of those stars, our Sun, has 9 noteworthy planets orbiting around it, including this one, Earth. About 2 million species of life have been identified on Earth, although the actual number is likely 10 to 20 times that. Bacteria alone make up nearly 1/2 of the biomass of the planet. One recent study found between 4,000 and 5,000 individual bacterial species in a single gram of soil, almost none of which have been named. There are roughly 300,000 species of plants and about 1.5 million described animal species, over half of which, nearly 800,000, are insects. Of the animals, there are 4,200 mammals, of the animals, 4,200 are mammals, and roughly 230 species of primates, of which Homo sapiens is one. There are approximately 6 billion humans on Earth, residing in 123 different countries. 293 million people currently live in the U.S., and about 1.2 billion of those will graduate from college this year. There are over 200 of those graduates in the room with you right now. Each one a singularly unique individual. Our culture loves to do that. We love to count things. We love to classify things, name things, and revel in our own unique individuality. Yet we are all connected. Connected in ways that seemed obvious to our ancestors, but seem completely lost to us. Many native and indigenous cultures believe that being disconnected from nature is a cause of illness. Never in the history of the earth has a culture been more disconnected than ours. This disconnection is not only the source of some of our collective ills, but it has become so severe that it now threatens our survival, and indeed the survival of much of life on the planet. As you leave Bastyr, which is surrounded by and bathed in the healing power of nature, your challenge will be to retain this connection while cultivating it in others. Tonight, if you get a chance, I urge you to watch the sunset, as many of us in the HS program did last night. As the sun declines beyond the Olympic Mountains, take a deep breath and consider the following. At the same moment that you are watching the sunset, the sun is also setting at all points along the large swath of the planet that stretches from northeastern edge of Newfoundland, across northernmost Canada, south through Seattle, continuing south and west and just east of Hawaii, and just west of Tahiti, and ultimately through Wellington, New Zealand. At that moment, thousands of others are also watching the same sunset. In addition to the human observers, so too are the animals and plants that where the day is about to transition to twilight and then on into night. Animals that are awake during the day start to make their way to their dens, and the animals of the night begin to stir. The flowers that rely on bees for pollination, and therefore their survival, begin to close their petals for the night, while those plants that rely on moths or bats for pollination begin to slowly unfurl their wings. At that moment, you are all connected by your awareness of the setting of the sun. Also possible to realize that the exact moment you're watching the sun set along another large swath of the planet running from Madrid, Spain, south and east through Tripoli, and then diagonally bisecting Africa, the sun is rising. And all of the animals and plants along that swath are busy preparing for the coming day. And so too, you, at that moment, are connected with all of them. And then go one step further and realize that at every moment of every day, the sun appears to be rising and setting somewhere on the planet. Right now, at this moment, the sun is rising in Hong Kong and setting in Buenos Aires. The sunrise and sunset take on a particular significance at this time of the year. As you know, we're celebrating the solstice yesterday. Today is the first full day of summer, the longest day of the year in the northern hemisphere, the shortest day for all life south of the equator. We are connected by the cycles of day and night, spring, summer, autumn, and winter. The oxygen in the air, on which we are so completely dependent, is supplied, in part, by plants. Not only do we count on the plants for much of the air that we breathe, but every calorie of every meal we have ever consumed came either directly or indirectly from photosynthetic plants. The oxygen we breathe in and the food we consume ultimately gets exhaled as carbon dioxide, only to be rearranged by the plants back into oxygen and food. And so it continues, day in and day out, moment after moment, breath after breath, breath after breath, we exchange molecules. We are constantly exchanging molecules with each other and with the other life forms around us. I've got with me a sprig of rosemary that I just picked from my garden this morning. I wish you could all smell it. But as I inhale it right now, I'm actually taking up some of the unique volatile chemicals that give this rosemary's distinctive smell. These tiny molecules quickly enter my bloodstream, where they will circulate for a while before ultimately exiting the air via my lungs. Those molecules were part of the soil this plant grew in just a few days ago. They were part of this rosemary until just a few seconds ago. They are now part of me, coursing through my blood until I again release them into the environment, where they will be taken up by some other plant, rearranged and put back to use again and again and again. We are all connected. We move through life defined by the gravity of the Earth. The Earth rolls through the universe at a speed and force that is determined by the gravitational pull of the Sun. The Sun in turn takes its directional cues from the Milky Way, and the Milky Way from the rest of the universe. We are all connected. There is a uniform cycle of impermanence and transition that runs throughout the universe that has been recognized for thousands of years. This cycle can be described in 3 words: arise, exist, and dissolve. Everything, the universe, all of the stars, all of the planets, the season, every sunrise and sunset, follows this simple pattern. Your time on this planet, your time as a student, your time here today, arises, exists, and dissolves. As you start your lives beyond Bastyr, I urge you to cultivate a deeper awareness of the connection to each moment and to the natural universe around you. One of the easiest ways to do this is simply by focusing on your breath. By doing so, you not only cultivate a deeper connection with nature, you cultivate a deeper abiding by that which exists in the present. Your breath, too, arises, exists, and dissolves. So often, graduation addresses focus on looking at where you have been, provide advice on where you are going. Let us instead right now focus on where we are and how we are all connected right now in this moment. Buddhist philosopher Thich Nhat Hanh teaches a beautiful and simple yet I think profound meditation, which I think is appropriate today. So it's a big room to take in meditation. So if you would like to join me, and I hope you will, just relax for a moment. If you feel like closing your eyes, please close your eyes. Just become aware of your next couple cycles of breath as you inhale and exhale. As you continue your breathing, I want you to just think these words to yourself as I speak them out loud. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. Breathing in, there is only this moment. And breathing out, this moment is wonderful. Let's do that one more time. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. Breathing in, there is only this moment. Breathing out, this moment is wonderful. Savor this moment of Bastyr Class of 2000. For this moment, life, the universe, everything in it, and especially all of you, are truly wonderful. Thank you.